Welcome to Brick Trains. I'm Joey, and we're going to do a thing. So, Lego, if you've been following anybody or seen or anything on the internet, you know Lego is going to do this. And a lot of people are pretty excited about it, including us on the A Fool podcast. So, Brickzar, my buddy Brickzar, Jabbo, is going to part together the old version of the Renegade set 6954. Sorry, I had to look down. None of us in the A Fool podcast, Jabbo, Earl, or myself, own the original one. And I thought that was kind of strange. But we got to look at it, and the reason I think that we don't own it is because it's kind of scarce. And now that Lego is doing a redesign of it, right? It's not the same model, it's the same name, but it's going to look very similar. Going to be, a retelling of the original vintage set, and I like it. I really do. Just like they did the Galaxy Explorer, this one here. I think that's awesome. I think it's the thing. I feel like that's what I wanted from Lego to kind of give us that nostalgia feel that we wanted. Is something new, but something that harkens back to some of the original stuff. They're doing it a little bit in Castle, a lot in Castle. They're doing it a little bit in Pirates, and now we're starting to see a few things in space, and I like it. January 1, when the new one comes out, I'm going to be there day one getting one. It's just going to happen. But I still don't have the original. Jabbo's parting his together, and we kind of both started that on A Fool podcast. I'll try to put a link card up for that episode. And we both found, we went in that episode, we kind of went into some details about what parts are how much and different things. So if you're into vintage Lego, go check out the podcast. I decided to take a shortcut. I decided to go ahead and find the cheapest, mostly complete or complete set there was, and then buy it. So that's my 4954. 4954. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time remembering that number. My vintage Renegade. Now, that's just the parts, and there's some very expensive parts in here. I was looking at it earlier. I've seen the really expensive parts. Now I don't see the really expensive parts. I thought they were in there. This set was marked complete. And if those parts aren't in there, I'm going to really be upset. So what we're going to do here in a few minutes is speed build this. And I paid up for this set. Now, there were only 2 sets available that were cheaper, and both of those listings had either the parts that are very expensive missing or recolored. Personal colors, I think, is the new term that is being thrown around in the Lego world, if you will, for color swapping. So it's got your personal colors in it. All right, so for me to consider it a complete set, or for me to consider I have the set, not complete, because I think complete would be parts, instructions, in a box. That's the whole thing. I like boxes, trust me. I really want to have the box. I really want to have the box for this one. I'm keeping an eye out for a box for this Renegade, but I didn't have the instructions. So I ordered the instructions. These are not cheap. They're not cheap anywhere. I got mine from the Daily Compulsion, right? The Bricklink store. And let's see, there's their card they sent. And then there's the front of it, or the back of it. And you guys can scan that QR code if you want to go to their thing. And they sent me a note that says, "Hi, Joey. Thanks for the order. Keep up the good work and tell Jabbo to clean out his basement, please." So they obviously watch the A Fool podcast. So that's pretty cool. So we're going to take these instructions and this bag of parts, which I hope is every part. I have not I have not opened this. I looked through it and I thought I saw the more expensive parts, but now as I'm fumbling through, there they are. There they are. I was getting nervous. Here they are. These little bad boys are expensive. So, all right, let's get started on the speed build and we'll come back and we'll review it. Okay, so we're done with that. Couple things right off the bat. We're missing. I was missing one of these yellow 2x2 round plates, and which was not really a big deal. I had one. I had a bunch in a store, so I just got one out of the store. So it's got a brand new one on it. The other thing that is really disappointing is it's missing the hoses. There should be hoses right here. They go from, where do they go? Where do they hook to? They hook inside this little yellow piece, and then I think they just, I think they just flip up on top here somewhere. So this is the piece that I'm talking about. It's kind of disappointing. The thing is they're really cheap. The disc is a few pennies, and the hoses themselves are only like 50 cents. And that particular hose, black ends and a yellow hose, it only appeared in like 5 or 6 sets. 2 Blacktron sets, I think. 3 Blacktron sets. The Batrix, whatever that one's called, and then the outpost for this, and then of course this one. So that's just a problem from ordering parts, right? Or ordering a set that says it's complete, and of course and then for whatever reason I got an extra one of those, 1x2 plate. There's a high likelihood that 1x2 plate belongs in here somewhere, but I went over it again and I can't find where it goes. Okay, so that's the problems that I ran into. Overall, this is a cool spaceship. I can't believe I haven't. This is cool. I get now why the guys that collect Blacktron and some of these other later space sets are really into that. There's a lot of playability into this. First off, you got the ship, right? Is that it's? Does this look like something out of Batman? Does it not kind of give you a Batman feel? I like the I guess it's not symmetry, but is it asymmetry, or it's not the same. That gives you a Star Wars feel, right? Because like the Millennium Falcon was not symmetrical, where a lot of the ships were. You know, the Wedges and the TIE Fighters and the X-Wings, they were all very symmetrical, but the Millennium Falcon was not, which makes it an iconic ship, or it helps make it an iconic ship. Okay, so play features. First, you have this little cockpit. It comes off. They have a Technic piece there, and then Technic pins on that side. So the cockpit comes off. That's cool. This little doohickey, some kind of scout ship, radar system, satellite, it comes off. If that ain't enough, there is, let's see, these little pods come apart. Now, I will say this is not the strongest build. Part of that is that these parts have no clutch left in them. These are vintage parts. They're old parts. The parts that I got in this, you know, again, I mentioned I had paid up for this, but the clutch isn't very good on these parts, and they're kind of scuffed. I don't know if that'll come across on the thing. So you got two of these, and the cool part about these is your Blacktron guys fit on there. You can use these like little scooters. So I guess it would do that in atmosphere. Maybe they take these out into space. That's the thing too, right? All the Lego's ships, or let's see, let's do here. All the Lego ships have these open cockpits. Everything is always open, so nothing's sealed. So you always have to have your spacesuit on. All right, so there's one of those on each side. The next little trick that this thing has, if you pull this pin, you pull this piece off, your rocket engines separate, rotate around, very cool. And then this little pod comes out, and come on. There it comes. Them Technic pins. So it slides right out of the back. Now you have this little pod that you can sit down. And we're not done here. There's more. There's more. Not only do we have the pod opens. Open the pod bay doors, Hal. And inside the pod is a ground vehicle. And again, our little Blacktron minifigures can ride around and drive on a ground vehicle. We have an air wing thing, a ground vehicle, a pod, a satellite, and then you're left with the rest of it. I'm telling you, this is, yeah, I think I pulled everything off except I didn't pull the extra. There's two of these little satellite things. And I don't want to pull the other one off because it'll come apart. No. So you can mix and match, I guess. I guess some of these things would go in different spots. The Blacktron, this interface, these two pins, that is in the rest of the Blacktron. Not every Blacktron set, but some of the Blacktron sets have that same interface. So that made the sets mix and matchable as well. And I think the new Blacktron, The new Renegade is going to be set, what is that going to be? Set 10355, I think, is going to have some alternate builds that look like some of the other sets. So that's going to be cool too. Yeah, I mean, from a playability, from a building standpoint, I did not like building this. I'm sorry. All of the pieces, 90% of the pieces are black. And yeah, when they're in a big pile, all of the parts are in a big pile, and you're just building through. It was a struggle. And then of course I'm always thinking, okay, is there a piece missing, or have I just not found it yet? And that was kind of the case with the yellow disc. I kept thinking, nope, that disc is going to be here, the 2x2 plate, round plate. Kept thinking it's going to be here, it's going to be here, it's going to be. It wasn't there, so you have that going on when you're dealing with a used set. The hoses, I was pretty quick to realize they're missing, considering they were one of the last things to go on the ship. So yeah, as a Lego model, I am very thrilled with this set. I will now be getting the rest of the Blacktron. I think I have 2 others. And I don't remember being as excited about those sets. They're smaller sets. But now that I have this one, and I know kind of more about their playability and their ability to, I don't want to say interact with each other, but what would that be? Where they can interchange or mix and match and stuff. I think that's kind of intriguing me. So the big one's going to be that base. So probably as soon as I get done here, I'm going to go start ordering parts for it. Jabo's already got the drop on me on that one because he ordered some of the parts that are duplicate between them. He ordered some of them enough to build both of those sets. I did not have the foresight to do that. Well, of course, I bought this set. I just bought the whole set. I didn't piece it together like he's doing. So I don't know. We'll see. I might be piecing that base together too. Let's see. Where does he go? He goes over here. All right, and then we'll put this guy back in here, like so. Now we're back together. Really cool. Love it. Came out in 1987. 293 pieces. 2 figs. 2 of the Blacktron figures. This is limited retail. I don't know what that means, and I don't know what that. Brickset says it's limited retail. Brickopedia doesn't really say much other than kind of giving Blacktron lore and kind of. They have a really nice description of this set and its playability features. Apparently, it never appeared in any European catalogs, so that leads you to believe that it's a North American release only. I don't know. So I don't know what the limited retail was. If it was, I couldn't find any other information. I looked. If you guys know, drop it in the comments. That'll be good to know. If you know what else, cite your sources. Just because you said it doesn't mean it's true. Just like because I said it doesn't mean it's true. Let's see, what's the value? Last 6 months, a new one of these has been going for about $800. I'm assuming it's hard on Bricklink. I'm assuming new means sealed. A used one, like I bought, without instructions, mine, it was in the same price range, but a used one, and be careful when you're buying these, even on Bricklink. And I'm not trying to say Bricklink is inherently dangerous or it's bad. It's just sometimes people just don't know what they have, or don't know what they don't have. It's easy to miss a couple pieces, right? $225 is current average, or last 6 months sales average for this set used. Currently for sale, there's one sealed for $1,170. That's a lot. And used versions currently for sale are in the $300 range. So that $200 range is starting to be nibbled away as people are starting to go and buy these. If you want one, get it now. This video came out before January 1, when the new version, the 1033355. I think that's the right number. Renegade's coming out, Lego's new one. I have a feeling when that one comes out and people get their hands on it, this is going to dry up. So, yeah, I am really happy with this. I really am. I like. Oh yeah, these wings too. These wings, they turn in. That's another play feature. That's. I mean, it's crazy cool. Crazy cool. I am really happy with this. It just means I'm going to expand my space collection. All right. That is the Renegade 6954. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks for watching this video. If you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe to the channel. Give this video a like. It helps my analytics. Leave a comment. And if you really want to, join our memberships. We call it the Passenger List. Every other Friday, we do the A Fool podcast. A couple great guys like Earl and Javo, Mardi Gras Man, and Bricklink. We do a podcast about old Lego. It's a good time. Give it a watch.